Back to the film, it was kind of an average game for you. Did you kind of sense it that way too?
Yeah, I give myself about a C minus, probably. Made some plays. Offensive line did a great job. Wide receivers got open. That game was on me for not playing very well, of course. But tell you what, you come back, you bounce back. It's a big win. Anytime you can win in Tuscaloosa is a big win. So I'm excited what this week has to come, and I know Vanderbilt will be a good test for us too.
What did you do badly?
I think I just didn't see the whole field, really. I didn't see the whole field from one side back to the other. I didn't go through my whole progression. I think I was more worried about trying to get the ball out so quickly. I knew they were coming fast. They have a very good D-line. But I think next week I just got to make sure I regroup and go through all my progressions and read the whole field.
I was going to ask you, did you feel like just because of the level of competition, you feel like you were rushing throws, maybe getting the ball out early?
Yeah, I think I was definitely rushing throws for sure. Just trying to get the ball out quickly, of course. But looking on the bright side, I mean, we didn't turn the ball over on offense, which is a great job. Anytime you can end your drives in some kicking form or fashion is a great job. So that's what we did, and I know they turned the ball over 5 times, I think it was. Anytime you do that, it's hard to win a game. So I'm glad we didn't turn it over at all, and we did what we're supposed to do. We came out with a W.
How difficult is it, Chad, to stay grounded for the team, not just you, but to stay grounded after a win like that?
I mean, you can only think about it really past Saturday night. I mean, after you come home, you hang out with all your buddies, kind of reminisce the moment and what happened and this and that. But after that, I mean, you gotta go on to the next game. You gotta get ready for the next team. Vanderbilt will be a good test, so we have to make sure we're all focused, we're ready to go each snap.
Was there much Saturday night left when y'all got home?
Tell you what, we're on cloud 9. I know that. I mean, this is the first time we beat Alabama, I think, ever back-to-back. So, I mean, that's a great job, great accomplishment. Let alone the players that were here before us that were amazing. I mean, just to be able to do that for this university is amazing.
What does this receiver core look like for a few weeks of the season for you?
They look good. They look very good. I'm excited about the rest of the games. I mean, all the wide receivers from top to bottom are doing a great job, but it all starts with the offensive line up front, and they're doing a wonderful job protecting. They're understanding what they have to do and where they have to go on every play. So we're all hitting on all cylinders.
I know you got it to Evan once on Saturday. Doesn't have a lot of catches so far this year. Is that defense is keying on him, or?
I don't think it's that. I mean, Evan is a great player. I mean, he's a wide receiver, a tight end. He can block. And actually, Saturday night was kind of opened my eyes a little bit. And I thought he was more of a pass catcher, this and that. But we were talking. He was like, "Man, I don't think y'all understand how excited I get when I make a key block." And I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Man, it's fun to see a running back take it 60 yards down the field after you sprung that block." And he's like, "That's just as exciting as one of those catches." And I mean, hearing that from a tight end who loves to catch the ball and make plays and does that, I mean that's awesome having a tight end that likes to block too. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
When was that conversation?
Saturday night, right after the game. Yep.
You talk about the mindset, but I know it's early. People are already talking about you guys leading the West, being the favorite in the West now. I mean, do you think this team is ready to handle that, or can handle the expectations now?
I think every day we just have to go out to practice, even at home watching film, that we have to understand that if we want to be the best and we want to go 15-0 and win the national championship, we have to make sure that we're hitting on all cylinders at every single play. Every time we're out in the practice field, whether we're watching film, we have to keep in the moment and understand that there's a big picture that we're trying to get to. And the only way we can achieve those goals is if we're hitting on all cylinders every single time. So we have to do our 111 every play.
Justin Bell and Robert Pines obviously banged up. You played the second half with Jordan Simmons in front of you. Sean Rollins held up. I mean, do you have confidence in those guys?
Oh, big time confidence. I mean, we didn't lose a step out there, and I know LT's going to be coming back too. But all those guys, they're doing a great job. A lot of them got experience in the springtime too. So we all have faith in them. I know as long as I make the right calls up front, that they'll handle their business up front, and they're doing just that. So
And
I'm
when is
excited.
LT coming back?
I couldn't tell you.
In terms of the whoever center, I mean, have you had any problems with the changing up the centers? They all been pretty
No,
consistent too.
I think they've been great. I mean, the line's doing a great job. The line is doing a fantastic job. They all deserve steaks every night because they're doing a great job, and that's where it all starts up front. And they're doing a great job run blocking. I mean, pass blocking. They're doing it all, and I'm excited what the season holds.
What did you think about that play, the tip pass, once you saw it in the replays? And
Well, I envisioned that the night before. I knew when I was going to sleep. I just seen that happening. But yeah, God was looking over us that day, and I'm excited.
What were you? Were you just trying to get it out of bounds at that point?
Yeah,
or
well,
what
I
were-
was actually going to throw it before the snap. I seen him kind of blitzing and stuff, and then I was like, you know what? Come on, 6'3". Why not throw it up to one of your best receivers and see if he can make a play? And Quincy happened to be right there, so that was sweet.
What was your conversation with Coach Freeze like after that throw?
Well, I didn't get to celebrate the touchdown, which kind of stinks. Usually when you get a touchdown, you can celebrate. But I knew right after that pass, I probably shouldn't have made that decision. And he just came over and understood, hey, God was looking over you on that play.
What has he said about your decision making overall? Has it been good? I mean, what's been his assessment of that?
I think when you don't turn the ball over, that's what they ask you to do. They don't want you to give that other team extra points when you're out there. And as long as we end every drive in a kick, and that's one thing I kind of grown over the past couple years and stuff. When I went to Ohio State, I remember back in high school, there was a sign up there that said, we want every drive to end in a kick. And if you really think about it, it's either going to get in an extra point, a punt, or the other team's going to have the ball because someone on the offense gave it away. So that's how you have to really look at it and make sure that every drive ends in a kick.
Chad, you ended up